What's going on, guys? Kirk here from MotoGear TV. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. Now today is going to be pretty exciting. I'm actually going to be taking the M2 to the detailing guru himself, Nick Shaw at Swanky's Automotive Detailing. We're finally going to get the M2 paint corrected and ceramic coated. Now this is something I wanted to do ever since I got the car back in 2021. The car has never been paint corrected ever, and for me I wanted to make sure that the paint was brought back to life, and we're getting all of this prepared just in time for BMW Invasion. Now most likely by the time this video comes out, BMW Invasion would have already passed, but we're still going to give you guys the content same way. I'm going to be having Nick run through the entire process with you guys from start to finish, and hopefully you viewers at home will learn something as well as me. So not going to waste any more time, guys, let's get started.
Alright, what's up guys? Nick here. Let's get started on the M2. So first things first, we gotta wash the car, get it all foamed up, start the decontamination process, spray it down with Iron-X, then clay it. Once we get it dried off, we can take a closer look at the paint and then see what we're really gonna be dealing with. Alright guys, so what I'm doing right now, we're going to clean up the engine bay because that's the first step of any big paint correction job, at least for me. And the car is going to be on display at that upcoming BMW show. So I want to get this engine bay all cleaned up, shined up, and looking pristine. So first thing I'm using here is some all-purpose cleaner. I just sprayed it on. I'm about to grab a brush, agitate it a little bit. We're going to wash it off, and then we're going to dress it with Kosh Chemi Motorplast. Dressing, go ahead and dress the motor. Bring you guys in for a closer look. Initially it's going to look like this, all milky and weird and funky, but all we're going to do is shut this hood and continue on, and once we're done I'll pop the hood and you guys will see how amazing it looks. Worst case scenario, you got to wipe it a little bit, but for the most part, clean it, spray the stuff on, shut the hood, walk away. Alright guys, step 2. We're going to rinse this car down, and we're going to get to the fun stuff, which is the foam. Foam party. I'll let this sit for a bit, break down the stuff on the car while I go mix up the soap in the buckets. Alright guys, just want to do a quick little update. So I washed the car, sprayed it down with iron remover and started the contamination process, and unfortunately the car is really badly contaminated. I don't know if you can see here, but this stuff is all over the car. I mean, I've gone through now a clay bar, a clay mitt, an auto scrub pad, and I'm really struggling to get the paint to smooth out. There's just so much contamination all over the car. I really don't know where it's from. Tons of this black stuff coming off on the clay bar. You can feel the paint very bumpy. When you run like the clay mitt or the auto scrub pad over it, it feels like sandpaper. So just gotta keep working through it and get that paint to smooth out. Now, the reason why this is important is because when we start polishing, for example, here's a used pad. The pad's gonna free up that contamination, right? But it's gonna get trapped in here, and then it's gonna drag it all over the paint as we're polishing. So now we're gonna be doing twice the work because those particles are gonna get stuck in here, and while we're polishing, we're also gonna be scratching. So this is why the decontamination process is so important.
Alright guys, so we're back in the lab, day 2, and I have to say the car is a couple years ahead of where we left it at when we first came in. Right now we're going to go ahead and speak with Nick. He's going to tell us exactly what he did to get it to this point right now, and hopefully we should be able to go on to the final step, which is going to be the ceramic coating process. Alright Nick, so here we are, day 2, a couple hours later.
Many hours later.
Many hours later.
I went to bed, woke up this morning. I came out here probably 8:39. It's what, now 6 p.m.? And when you showed up, I just put it down for a bit. So the biggest challenge we have with our situation here is time. You're trying to get the car ready for BMW Invasion, and I have to leave to go fly.
Yeah.
The condition of the paint and the time that we have to work with is what became the biggest challenge. We realized that last night with the hood. The hood, I spent hours on the hood to achieve, you know, that level of perfection, if you want to call it that. So today I literally started playing around with different pads, different polishers, seeing, okay, what's gonna get me where I want to be with the car without consuming that much time, because then we're gonna run into problems. Because I already spent all day today, and we still have left the front bumper, back bumper, and just some miscellaneous stuff like getting these trims done with nano polisher. The finish that we've decided to go with is kind of what we see here in this regime of the vehicle, which before it was just covered in webbing, swirls, and tons of water spots. To the point where you show up and you're like, wow, I never seen the color start to look like this.
Like, and right now, look at it.
And bear in mind, guys, the car is full of dust. I mean, you can show them like it's just dust everywhere. You know, we're you know, in the process. Of course, polishing creates all this dust, and it's just one of those byproducts. I mean, I'm sure under my feet. And then I'm gonna go walk in my house and take that in there.
But honestly, man, I'm super impressed with how it looks right now.
It's coming out really good for what it is. It is coming out pretty damn good. And then, you know, when the coating goes on, that changes how the paint looks as well. I think it's gonna look amazing the first time we bring it out in the sun. And the overall package, once you get your wheels on and stuff, it's gonna be sweet.
Yeah. Coating that we decided to go with was Nick's recommendation.
Gtechniq.
Yeah.
I just love using it. I haven't had any problems with it. I've had it on my own vehicles. I've had it on my own vehicles that lived outside, like the Raptor.
Yeah.
I never garage kept the Raptor, and I only washed the Raptor like once a month, if that. It's kind of held up fantastically.
So with the crystal serum, I mean, how long does that typically last?
It means rated for, I think on the back of the bottle it says 5-year coating.
Okay.
I call it 3.
Okay.
I mean, like we talked about earlier, it's all about how you take care of it. I mean, I'm going to look into probably getting certified. That way I can offer Crystal Serum Ultra, or maybe go with something else. I just want to figure out what it is I want to go with to get certified with.
So is the one that we're using, I mean, can regular people
use it's the consumer grade level. This is the thing, like all the consumer or prosumer, they're really pretty much the same thing. It's all about how was it applied and how was it cured, you know? Somebody sells you a 10-year ceramic coating. Well, okay, like, are you really gonna keep it on the car for 10 years? The car's not gonna be good. The paint's not gonna be good in 10 years.
Yeah, that's true.
It doesn't matter how careful you are, what you're using to wash, whether you're using this or whatever. Every time you wash, we're micro-marring ever so slightly, right? We're not perfect. Think of that over 10 years. 10 years of stuff building up and brake dust and this, that. It's gonna be so contaminated and occluded that there's no way. You know, I feel like those places that sell those things, it's so that you can keep coming back, because that's what they're selling. When you're selling to a customer, and that's what I learned, the difference between accredited and non-accredited is how long do you want to be committed to it. What do I mean by that? Shops are gonna hate me for saying this now. What do I mean by that? It's all right, I like truth, right? So if I coat these wheels and let's say it's a 3-year coating, because I'm a shop and I'm accredited, you could then come back to me anytime within those 3 years. Hey, it stopped, and you're committed to it.
Yeah.
That's why some people you end up paying like $600-700 to ceramic coat wheels. You're not paying for the coating. Yeah, it's the same coating that Joe Schmo could apply for $250.
Yeah.
But you're getting the commitment behind it for the $600 or $700.
Right.
Which I do honor my work. I do with everybody. For me, for the most part, it's 3 years. If you really want that with me, I either need to know that you're maintaining the car right, you have somebody else that's maintaining the car right, or I'm maintaining the car, like the Urus.
Yeah.
For example.
Yeah. And as always, if you guys are needing any assistance from Nick, I'm going to have all of his contact information in the description below. And they can reach out to you through social?
Yeah, social media. You guys can get my number off of there as well. It's on Facebook, Instagram.
You guys have to make sure that you mention MotoGear when you contact him as well. He'll hook you up.
Of course. The most important thing here is time, right? So as we say in the Caribbean, haste make waste, right?
Yeah.
Time is important. An M2 of this size, really a comfortable time with this car, for me, probably be 3 days, which we're pushing it within the two regime. It just really depends. I mean, you've seen me keep something for almost a week.
Yeah.
And that's where I literally go through and I'll dedicate a day to like a panel. Like all day is just gonna be this quarter panel to get it to that level of, showroom perfection. Well, beyond that. But like you said, when it's a daily driver and you use it and you do stuff happens.
My whole thing is just to kind of get it back to a good base, and then where I can maintain it, over time.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's definitely this. I mean, it's gonna look great in the sun. I mean, the color has changed.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the final product.
Yeah.
So what's left right now for today?
So I'm gonna go eat, take a break, come back, probably run the A-pillar one more time just to be sure, because I think I see some stuff here. Couple tray scratches here that I can get out.
Yeah.
Backside of the trunk, and then get into the bumpers, and then the last thing I'll do is the side skirts. I might even do the side skirts tomorrow. Those really aren't that. They take like 10 minutes to do, if that. I'm more concerned about getting them clean enough because you have all that tar buildup or whatever, that black stuff we talked about. It's all there.
Okay.
Probably use some Tar-X, get that stuff off first so I don't contaminate anything.
Well, nice, man. Really looking forward to the final product.
You guys are going to have to stay tuned till the end of the episode to see what that looks like. Alright, and there you guys have it. After a solid 3 days, she's finally complete. Just had Nick pull her out of the garage just so you guys can take a look, in evening time sunlight. And man, oh my god, the car looks like a brand new car. I had to ask Nick just now if this was the same car. You don't understand how good the paint looks right now. Like nothing at all. Everything is complete glass. Just wanted to give you guys a quick walk around to see how the car is right now and the condition. And I want to tell you guys, every single part of this car was touched. Paint is just looking real good right now. I want to get with Nick in a second to hear his final thoughts on the car, but I just wanted to give you guys just a quick walk around, highlighting everything. Even on the hood, if the camera can kind of pick up the focus. Hopefully I had some footage showing you guys what it looked like previously, and even the front bumper. I can kind of zoom in right now. As you guys can see, everything is clear. Impressed for me would be an understatement. Like, this car has completely transformed, and don't worry, by the time you guys see this video, the car would have been complete at the show. But this was basically a small preview of what the final form was going to be. Now, we didn't bother to touch the wheels simply because the new ones are going to be on by the time this video is released. But other than that, right now we're going to hand it over to Nick to get his final thoughts on this entire process.
So Nick,
Well,
here we are.
a lot changed from last night, which is kind of strange because it's like, well, I ended up going out to eat. I came back and I stayed in the garage till I don't know what time. I was so tired. I made it to the couch and I couldn't even get up and move. I worked on the other areas I had to. I touched the trims, but then I woke up this morning at 6. And I just decided, you know what, like I could enhance the whole car even more. And I just went through it panel by panel. I did more cutting on the problem areas on the hood, the bumpers, the side skirts. I just went over everything again, cutting where I needed to. And then I took the rotary polisher at a low speed with a finishing pad, and I just glazed the entire car front to back, which is what brought out this gloss. And of course took away any micro marring or hazing that was left over from the, you know, the other stages. Not that there was much. And then wiped the car down with panel wipe and then coated it. And this is the result. Even in that process, I sent you a couple of pictures and you're like, well, how does it look? I'm like, well, look at the picture.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like you think that it's an edited picture, or
It looked refinished.
it looks like an edited picture. It looks like, I don't know, it's a picture, right?
Yeah.
It happens every time. Like I get the car done, or even before it's done, I take pictures, no filters, no nothing, and they're like, okay, you know, it's probably just a photo. But everybody shows up and then they go, holy crap, it looks just like the photo.
Yeah.
And I knew you were gonna show up and be like, yeah, this ain't my car.
No,
It's
trust
not.
Me. It doesn't look like the same car, guys.
We swapped it out.
Yeah, the glass on this is on a next level. Trust me. Like, it doesn't matter what angle you're looking at it. Every single angle on the car is beautiful.
You know, I can't count hours, but that was what, started working on the car Wednesday around noon till today, till around maybe 3 p.m. That's what it takes. You got somebody doing your car in 12 hours, I don't know.
Yeah.
And guys, I just wanted to say this, like, this really goes to show a testament to the dedication and effort that Nick puts into all of his work. It doesn't matter if it's a small project, a big project, he's going to put in the same amount of effort. And I really have to applaud you and say big up and respect for everything that's been done to the car.
Well, that's my problem, because even if you come to me and I quote you for something, you always get more than what you pay for.
Yeah.
Just because I can't process, gotta be how I want it. Not how I want it, it's not coming out of here.
Yeah, and that's how it should be, you know, especially as somebody who has a small business. You want to really make sure that your customers are satisfied at the end of the day, and sometimes even go beyond that. As for me, I have to give this 100% stamp of approval, fully satisfied. Car looks fantastic.
Like, I know you guys think it's a video right now and everything always looks good in the video. I mean, like, we just been standing up here. We're walking over there, staring at the car. We're walking over there. We're walking over here. We just keep doing circles around the car just because it looks so crazy.
Yeah, man.
The body lines really show the angles, the way, the reflection. It's, you know, black sapphire metallic's a beautiful color. When it's all full of swirls and water spots and all that stuff, it hides all. You can't see any of it.
This was something I was really impressed about, seeing it for the first time. Well, for the first time again, you can really notice the metallic in it. Like, it looks very close between silver and black right now. Some angles you can kind of see at the top of the hood. You can see more of the silver coming out, and then when you get closer to it, that's when you really see the black. And black is one of those colors where it really shows up the imperfections very easily.
Yeah, you know, but under the light, it really makes no difference. You know, if you're correcting to standards under the light, regardless of what the color is, if you're getting it to how you want it under the light, it doesn't matter what color, you know, at the end of the day, because you correct it to the light.
Yeah.
If you just aren't using a light or don't know what you're doing, you may think you have it good, and then you take it to like one of those gas stations that have super bright lighting, and you're like, well, where did all this come from? It's already there.
Oh, the next big step for me is to kind of make sure that I maintain this nice finish until the show and even beyond the show. Yeah, definitely don't want to ruin anything with this. I know Nick is gonna have to give me a few pointers on how to kind of maintain this finish. Honestly guys, again, super happy with the end result. You guys definitely want to see this in person. Alright guys, I think I'm going to close out the vlog right now. It's been a fun 3 days. Definitely was very interesting to see how Nick does his entire process, and being able to see the car transform so much in such a short time was truly a memorable experience. Again, if you guys like the work that Nick does, I'm going to be leaving all of his contact information down below in the description. Make sure you guys check out some of his work, and if you guys need a quote on anything, he'll be more than willing to help you guys out. And if you guys are interested in any of the products we use in today's vlog, I'm going to leave the link for those down in the description, as well as the ceramic coating I use, which is the Gtechniq Crystal Serum. Oh, and before I forget, remember guys, we're going to be doing a full review on Nick's M5. He's a little bit humble about it, but it's actually one of the fastest in the state. We're going to be doing some insane pulls and some insane content on that, so you're definitely going to want to stick around for that as well. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. See you on the next episode. We're gone.